A machine like this doesn't just show up quietly. The moment it rolls into view, everything around it suddenly feels smaller. Cars slow down, people stare, phones come out. Because what you're looking at isn't a normal truck, and it definitely isn't a normal camper. It's a six-wheel luxury expedition monster that looks like it drove straight out of the future. At first glance, you might think it's some kind of military vehicle. The stance is wide, aggressive, and almost intimidating. The front grille dominates the road with bold GMC styling, sharp LED lighting, and a massive bumper that looks ready to smash through anything in its way. The body stretches far behind the cab, longer than most trucks you've ever seen, and the proportions immediately tell you something unusual is happening here. Then you notice it. There are 6 wheels, not 4, 6. And suddenly the entire vehicle makes sense. This is the GMC Savannah Overland 6X6, and it's one of the wildest luxury adventure vehicles ever built. But the outside is only half the story, because what's hidden inside this machine completely changes what people expect from a vehicle like this. From the side, the scale becomes even more obvious. The vehicle sits high above the ground with huge off-road tires and a suspension setup designed for terrain most vehicles wouldn't even attempt. The extended body flows smoothly from the front cab into a large expedition cabin with dark tinted windows running along the side, like something you'd see on a luxury tour bus or a private jet transport. But this isn't about transporting passengers. This thing is built for exploration. The reason for the 6-wheel configuration becomes clear when you start thinking about where this truck is meant to go. Mountains, deserts, deep forests, remote trails, places where roads disappear and normal vehicles simply can't survive. With 3 axles distributing the weight and providing traction, the truck can handle uneven terrain far better than a standard 4-wheel vehicle. Each extra wheel adds stability, more grip, more control. When the surface gets loose or unpredictable, the vehicle still keeps moving forward. And because of that, this massive truck can carry something most off-road machines can't, a full luxury living space. Standing next to it, the truck almost feels like a moving building. The roofline is tall, the body panels are sculpted with sharp angles, and the paint reflects the surroundings like polished armor. It's not trying to blend in with other vehicles on the road. It's designed to stand out. When the doors open and you step inside, everything changes. Instead of the rough, mechanical feeling people expect from an expedition truck, you're greeted with something closer to a luxury lounge. Soft lighting runs along the interior panels, highlighting premium materials and clean modern design. The atmosphere feels calm, comfortable, and surprisingly spacious. Large captain seats sit at the center of the cabin, wrapped in smooth leather and shaped for long journeys. These aren't basic seats meant for quick drives. They're designed for hours on the road, for crossing entire regions without fatigue. The stitching, the cushioning, even the way the seats recline shows that comfort was one of the top priorities when this vehicle was built. Sitting down inside, the outside world suddenly feels very far away. The interior lighting creates a relaxed environment, almost like a high-end private jet. Along the sides are windows that let natural light fill the cabin during the day, while at night, the interior transforms into a warm, cozy space where travelers can relax after long drives through remote landscapes. And that's when you realize something important. This truck isn't just transportation, it's a mobile home, a carefully designed living environment that can travel almost anywhere. Moving deeper into the cabin, the layout reveals a lounge area where passengers can sit, talk, eat, or simply enjoy the view outside. The seating arrangement feels intentional, built for both relaxation and practicality. Storage spaces are hidden within the design, allowing travelers to carry everything they need for extended journeys. The kitchen area adds another level of functionality. Compact but complete, it includes the essentials needed to prepare meals on the road. When you're exploring remote locations, the ability to cook, store food, and access water becomes incredibly valuable. Instead of depending on towns or stops along the way, everything is already inside the vehicle. This transforms the entire travel experience. You're no longer limited by infrastructure. You decide where the journey goes. Further inside, the cabin continues to reveal thoughtful design choices. Lighting strips run along the walls, reflecting softly across surfaces and giving the space a modern atmosphere. Materials feel durable but refined, built to survive travel while still maintaining a sense of luxury. It's the kind of place where you could spend hours without feeling confined, and that's exactly the point. Expedition vehicles are meant for long adventures, sometimes days away from cities, sometimes weeks, traveling across different environments. In those situations, comfort becomes just as important as capability. And capability is something this truck has plenty of. Outside, the heavy suspension system and oversized tires allow the vehicle to tackle difficult terrain. Rocks, sand, dirt roads, uneven trails. Situations that would stop a normal camper immediately are simply part of the journey for this machine. The added axle in the rear increases traction dramatically. Instead of relying on two rear wheels pushing forward, the truck spreads power across multiple contact points with the ground. This means better grip when climbing steep trails and more stability when carrying the weight of the living space behind the cab. For drivers, that translates into confidence. Confidence to take routes that most people wouldn't even consider. And while the truck looks massive, it's designed to remain manageable behind the wheel. Modern steering systems, cameras, and technology help the driver navigate spaces that might otherwise feel intimidating for a vehicle of this size. That blend of brute strength and modern engineering is what makes expedition trucks like this so fascinating. They're not just big, they're smart. Inside the front cabin, the dashboard continues the theme of rugged luxury. Large displays, clearly arranged controls, and high-quality materials create a driver environment that feels both functional and refined. Everything is within reach, designed to make long drives easier rather than more complicated. When you sit behind the wheel, you're not just driving a truck, you're commanding something closer to a mobile base. And that's exactly how many owners treat vehicles like this. They're not weekend toys. They're tools for adventure, machines built for people who want to see places beyond highways and cities. Over the past few years, the popularity of expedition vehicles has grown rapidly. More travelers are looking for freedom instead of fixed destinations. They want to wake up beside lakes, mountains, deserts, and forests instead of crowded hotel parking lots. Vehicles like the Savannah 6X6 make that possible. They remove the limits of traditional travel. You carry your shelter, your kitchen, your living space, and your transportation all in one machine. Wherever the road ends, the adventure can continue. And visually, it's impossible to ignore. When this truck moves through a city street, it feels like a preview of the future. Something between an off-road beast and a luxury transport vehicle. Children point at it. Drivers slow down. People try to figure out what exactly they're looking at. Because vehicles like this are rare. Custom-built, heavily engineered, and designed with a specific purpose in mind, they represent a different philosophy of travel. Not rushing between locations, but experiencing the journey itself. Imagine driving into a remote forest road just before sunset. Dust rising behind the truck, sunlight reflecting across the body panels. You stop near a clearing, step outside, and the only sound around you is wind moving through the trees. Your entire living space is right behind you. No booking, no schedule, no limits. That's the idea behind machines like the GMC Savannah Overland 6X6. Not just transportation, freedom on wheels. And once you see it in motion, once you understand what it can do and how it's built, it becomes very difficult to look at ordinary vehicles the same way again. Because compared to this, most vehicles suddenly feel small.